And we're live.
Come on in, folks. Y'all already know who we are. It's your favorite baby mothers. I know I look different. I cut my hair yesterday. We might talk about it, might not, but mind your business. Tell y'all friends we here.
Whoop, whoop.
We don't own these rights, Facebook.
It's that time of year. We need this.
What's up, Alexia? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling
I'm
free and
good.
cold.
I know you're.
Free.
I was gonna touch on it. I was feeling this vibe. Hey, everybody that's tuning in. What's up? Look at that.
Get
Look,
them.
Chris is on the way.
That's right. Go Subaru. That's right.
We already know.
Listen, we got a special guest here today. If y'all haven't seen the flyer, if you have not been paying attention to what has been posted on Coco Black over on Instagram, okay, plug, go over there and subscribe, like, share, YouTube too. But we got a powerful lady in the building. We got a very powerful lady. Matter of fact, I think her name say boss lady on
A
it if
little
I'm
bit.
not mistaken.
A little
Listen,
bit. So I think we already kind of got an idea of what her Coco Queen superpower is.
that's
But
it.
we'll go ahead and give some time. So, hey to everybody, what's up, Will?
What's up, Will? Happy hump day. Happy hump day.
Yes, thank you, Will. We were just getting into that. Let me give her big screen. Let me get into this. Do y'all notice anything different about our CBT Coco Mom? So, give us a profile. Give us a profile. Let me see what's inside. The little, there you go. Look at whoop, big chop, big chop. I love
Oh,
it. So, hello to everybody who's tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us today. We were just showing off T. Pearson of TPX, the CBT Coco Mom. Her
y'all see it.
do looking good. Will said, so what made you cut your hair off?
I've been locking for 18 years. And so, for those that don't know, I am a disabled Army vet and I have a lot of medical situations going on. And so, after 18 years of hospital stays and medications, and I'm in opioid, 5 years clean from opioids, and then just trauma, right? And life experiences, it started to shed itself as God said old things do. And so, once my hair started to fall off, I'm talking about Alexia, how many I lost just on the phone with you the other day?
It was like five.
Yeah, about when you lose a five at a time, it's time for it to go. And y'all know I move and shake too much with my hosting and moving for me to be leaving a trail of locks behind. So I had to make it do what it do. And I actually kind of really like it, except my neck is cold. And I thought I had a black neck all this time under my locks. In reality, my neck is not real dark. So thank God for that.
Yes, yes. Thank you for your service. Hey, Regina Smith, what's good?
What's up, Regina? I appreciate you.
Yes, Dr. Monica. Hey, hey to our
What's up,
very
Ma?
godmother Coco Mom. Hey
Ma,
to
you like
Coco
my hair?
fans,
Ma, you like my
Linwood,
hair?
everybody. We are so excited to be here with you today. It has been what we are 19 days into 2022. And besides the couple check-ins that we've had, and besides the few little self-care Saturday check-ins, we are so excited about like our official kind of like first Coco Connect of the year. Okay.
And
And
can I mention something real quick? I just want to lift up that I'm sitting in a restaurant right now, and I just looked around, and people was looking at me like, "What the heck is she over there doing and talking to?" Because I should have warned them that I was going to turn up on live, but we here in the community being Coco.
oh yes, yes, yes. Listen, that's how it is. We got to kind of make do what we do. I had to hide all the junior interns, so we should be good. But we know that you are here for an intentional reason. You love the Coco Connects and you love this guest that we are about to bring on. So we want to make sure we are intentional about our time together here. But this woman, you know that song by Juvenile when they be like, you know me, we don't need no introduction. Okay. She doesn't really need an introduction, but we're going to give you one because
Yeah.
the way that she has just commanded these different spaces, there's some
I'm sorry. Can you use that word again? Because I feel like we need to lift that word up.
commanded. Yeah.
Commanded.
Yeah, the way
Okay.
she has just commanded the spaces that she has occupied. I got a chance to watch a panel that she participated in with the Commerce of New Jersey. And I think that one of the things that I appreciated most about it, hey, to our first time viewers, thanks for joining us, is one of the pieces she spoke about, and this is kind of what was the reason for the title today, was all around her woes. And she spoke about how she transformed those into pretty much gold. And so the title of today's show is actually From Woes to Wins, a journey of womanhood. So if you would please put your hands together, click some keys, drop some hearts, and please welcome to our stage none other than the incomparable Renee Rhem.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Woo!
up? What's up? What's up? How are you? How
Yes.
Thank
are
you
you?
so
How
much.
are you?
Thank you for
She done
having
figured
me,
out.
ladies.
She done figured out the background. Why you ain't tell me how to do that? And I could have blurred out these restaurant people.
Girl, if you saw what was behind me, you know why I got a virtual background.
If you could see the people behind me, you would know why I want mine too.
Look at all of
welcome
these
to
cards.
welcome to Coco Connect. We really, on behalf of us and the rest of the team, the other Coco moms that's in the community doing mothering things, we appreciate you taking your time out your busy schedule to sit here and talk to two goofs on a Wednesday, for the sake of community that we're cultivating. So, we definitely appreciate you taking this time. And we got the Subaru crew. They deep. Why y'all ain't making them calls? Y'all over here on Facebook on a Wednesday.
Hey,
Look, we
hey,
doing it
hey.
all. We do it all. We get the cars made, we get the cars
Yeah.
out, and we spend time with our community.
Hey, listen, and that's what we appreciate about you and the things that you have brought to the platform. And like Alexia said, the spaces that you have commanded. So we
Mhm.
are honored to share this space with you today and for our community to get to know about you, because I'm telling you, we don't see you on commercials. So
Not yet.
we're not yet. Oh, after this, we're gonna make sure. We're gonna
Well,
make sure. But look, we appreciate the platform and being able to see us in different fields. So thanks for sharing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
thank you so much, Renee. And I think that's a great point, T, that you brought up just about visibility. And one of the things that I'm love seeing in social media and different on different platforms is representation is key. And it is so true. Representation really is key. And I have to say, when I first got introduced to the Renee Rhem experience, okay, I was
It
jealous.
is an experience,
I
right?
was jealous because I didn't get a chance to like formally kind of fall up under that tutelage and what was great, but Coco Dad Musa did, and I was just like, dang, why didn't I get it? I was like a little kid. I was like, dang, why didn't I get a chance? So as soon as I saw this amazing highlight that came, and I'm going to read a piece of it, I had, and I'm going to drop the link, but y'all probably seen it, but I'm dropping it again. I had to get in touch with Renee. And so the headline reads, AKA sorority member, Spelman grad, Renee Rhem is the first Black woman named to Subaru of America's executive team. Woo! I got goosebumps because on the one hand, I'm like, it's 2021 and we're still seeing a lot of firsts. And
Yes.
on the second hand, I was like, it's 2021 and we finally got a first.
Yeah.
And so, in both of those spaces, it is so great. And I'm so excited for you, so proud to be one who can just receive all of these different things that you've been doing. What were you going to say, T?
I just wanted to lift up because my CBT folks is listening and watching too. And you said 2021 two times, and somebody gonna be in the comments and say we in 2022. So
That's right.
I just wanted to lift that up before somebody
2022.
correct before somebody getting them comments, and then we gotta tell them about themselves respectfully. It's like no, but yeah, 2022. But we in there because she was in there in 2021 too, so it's still the same.
Yes, yes. And so
Amen.
Renee, just real quick, seeing your name on Black Enterprise, right? One of the most notable publications, magazines out there, especially for our community. How was that for you? Before we get into a game or anything else, how was that for you?
Shocking, right? So I have to give a shout out to Dr. Monica Curry, Monica is the DE&I manager at Subaru. She's been there almost a year, coming up on a year. And in that year, she has really just done a wonderful job with the organization. One of the things that she did is when this was announced at Subaru, she said, I think we need to do this. I think we need to do a press release and we need to send it out. And so I thought, all right, cool. Maybe a South Jersey paper might pick it up, something like that. And at first it was on automotive news. And I was like, okay, that makes some sense. And then it just spread. And I have to say, I was shocked. And at some point I called her and I said, Monica, what did you do? Because I'm not a spotlight person. That's just not really my thing. I do my thing every day and God gives me what he gives me and I am blessed for it. And so the notion of Black Enterprise, UNCF, HBCU organization, my sorority, it just kept coming and coming and coming. And I feel grateful. I am humbled by the recognition and I'm just overwhelmed at a time. My friends will tell you, most of them reached out to me and said, you never even mentioned this to me. And I was like, well, it's just me doing what I do. But the thought that other people would see it. And then for me, what was most moving is that people felt inspired by it. And that was, to me, just me doing what I do. And then, being able to inspire people from afar. That's all God. It's all God.
Oh.
Everyone, I mean, they're dropping it in the chats. Look, we even got Coco Kid, Camille in there. Go, Miss Renee.
Right. Listen, when I just the title of the show today, I like it that I can do this now. Look, I've been practicing that all day. I can just it's like playing with a new toy. But when you said the acknowledgement that you received was so abnormal for you because of you doing what you do, right? I just want to lift that up, that there's so many of us women that just do what we do and do what comes naturally, and we're making the difference. But I applaud you for living in that moment of applause from your team of saying, no, we're going to honor you, we're going to lift you up, and we're going to celebrate you. And we as women, I want to put that out as a challenge that we need to do a better job of like tooting our own horn, patting ourselves on the back, because we do so many remarkable things that are making a difference, right? And we don't do them for applause or recognitions or any of that. But when we receive it, we are so quick to be like, oh no, I don't do it for the likes. But we liking you today, and we appreciate you, and we honor you. And everybody that read that article knows who you are, because they said you're a celebrity now. That's what Miss Monica said. But
a celebrity of her making.
And so that's what I love too. Like T said, that she thought it not robbery, as as they say in the house, that you be honored and you be recognized for that. And what do they say? Give people their flowers while we can. And so that's a beautiful thing. So before we get too deep into it, even Kathleen said, yes, support, big time. Spell support, and that is what she offers. Dr. Monica says, regular everyday women need to be celebrated. Absolutely. I just want to lift up one of the comments. God created you to be who you are. You better preach, Coco Kid, Camille.
Oh, Camille wants some Roblox. I'm gonna send you some Roblox later. Right. Camille, that was
good. Listen, Tracy, exactly. We need to lift one another up for support. Thank you so much for that. So, everyone,
and welcome to Coco Connect. Listen, that's what we do over here. Welcome to Coco Connect.
We're cultivating community. We're going to play a quick game. And audience, you can play with us, okay? We're going to play a quick game with Renee and T. If you want to play into, you can. But the name of this game is called Lyrically Correct, okay? You can maybe see the box. I got this off of Instagram. Y'all know I love to do my Instagram shopping. I got off Instagram. This is the 90s and 2000s hip-hop and R&B edition. Okay, it comes with a whole deck of cards, all of these R&B and hip hop, but I just grabbed two out the deck, and I want you all to play along. So what I'm going to do is I am going to read a lyric or a part of a lyric of a song, and you are going to guess the rest of the song once I stop. So there's a little bit of a delay. So this first one, Renee, is going to be directly for you. Okay. And then the second one will position to the audience. All right. So this one, let me see. Well, let me ask you, what's your biggest genre that you're a fan of? R&B or hip hop?
Probably hip hop, because my lifeline is behind me, my Coco dad. So between the two of us, we got it.
Okay, Coco Dad, let's go. All right, we got this one. So then this first one is for you. What you say? I'm on it. I will not disappoint. Welcome back, T. All right, we ready? Go.
I did that on purpose because I ain't want to answer and embarrass her if she ain't know the answer. So
Well, we just
I
getting
was
started.
dag. I'm still late. Let me go back.
Too bad. Sorry. All right, ready? Here we go.
All right.
So how did DMX know she was a thug? So let me set it up for you. I knew she was a thug. ...
Coco dad. When I met her, she had a something. I don't know if I ever knew that word. I always made that word up. I mean, I always made up my version of that word.
Okay,
she did the remix.
Let's see what the audience got. I knew she was a thug because when I
met her, she had a something.
Scarf on. She had a scarf on.
Oh, is that what he said? A scarf on?
Okay.
Oh, I have never said that.
A scarf.
Okay. Yes, I knew she was a thug because when I met her, she had a scarf on.
Oh.
Bandana,
I'm about to say bandana. I don't remember him rapping no bandana.
But I knew
well, the space ain't long enough for bandana. It ain't that many syllables. Now that I know.
Exactly. She had a bandana on. I mean, it could.
Okay, this one, I got another hip hop one for y'all. Okay, this one, I know you're gonna get it, Renee, either you or your lifeline. So, how many earrings did LL want his girl to have?
2 pair.
2 pair, he said.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, what is 2 pair? He knew that. He knew that, blurb and all. He knew.
He's like, I got this. I got my Brooklyn. I got this.
Right.
Okay, y'all keeping the cards.
At least 2 pair. At least 2 pair.
Bamboo. All right,
I'm about to give me something.
Last one.
Yeah.
Now this one is paying homage to, a beautiful woman. Her birthday was just a few days ago. After you change positions for Aaliyah, what does she want you to do? Change positions. Drop it in the chat if y'all know.
Say rock the boat.
Well, rock the boat in there is in there too.
Rock the boat. I know you're trying to hurry up and sing the song real fast. Change positions.
Something about work the middle. Work the middle.
Work the middle.
That's part of it.
New positions, change position. Work the middle.
Okay, stroke it for her.
Stroke it for me. I was gonna get to that. That's the third part. Stroke it for me.
Wait, look.
Stroke it for me. Somebody said work something. That's Missy. That's Missy Elliott.
Everybody was.
Look at that.
We might have to write in on that one because everybody's saying work the middle. So we might have to write. She stole it from me.
I think my lifeline's fired. I'm firing my lifeline.
That is okay. Thank y'all so much for playing. It really is a fun game.
That was good. Yeah.
You can get into it. They're not, they're not yet one of our sponsors. We ain't gonna do too much promotion, but go get Lyrically.
Yet.
But that's why I said they're not one of our sponsors yet. But
we done played them 2 times in this week. So we about to do for a sponsorship.
We have. So Renee, what we want to just kind of jump into the questions on, if you could, for those in the audience who are kind of just getting a chance to experience you and a lot of what you've been doing, they heard about here, right? Black enterprise and all the accolades and all the visibility is great, but that started someplace. And again, one of the things that you mentioned on that panel was about the woes that you had experienced. And so now as an executive, just can you take us through what the journey has been for you in getting here, especially as you become a Coco wife and mom and all of these different spaces that you've occupied? Can you catch us up onto how we got here?
Yeah. So there's my story, right, starts back at the beginning, right? From Wilmington, Delaware. Mom who was a secretary when they were called secretaries, dad who started out his career as a traveling salesman, commercial paint salesman, and then he reinvented himself as an educator, going from the classroom to vice principal to principal to the district office as a supervisor. Along the way, got his LPN in the military and lots of other things, right? So from my parents, I understood the value of hard work. I understood that things don't come easy. You gotta put the time in. You gotta give it your all. That you have to outwork those around you often, right? So I got that. My grandparents were working people. My grandmother was a housekeeper, all 4'11" of her, housekeeper at Wilmington Hospital. My grandfather was a roofer by trade. And so I learned early on the value of hard work, right? And then through corporate experiences, I've been very fortunate in my life to have great people who invested in me, and who gave me opportunities and who saw things for me that I probably didn't see for myself early on. But at the end of the day, my story is really about trusting his plan for your life, and things happening that seem like they're not things that you want to have happen, things that are good for you, but turn out to be the stepping stones to get you where you need to be. So for me, when I was at MBNA, I had a great career, 14 years, left there as senior vice president. And then I went to Independence Blue Cross. And some may have thought I started over. I took a director job, had no initials behind my name initially, but it was an opportunity for me to learn something different. It was an opportunity for me to spread my wings a little bit. I went from working in Delaware my whole life to working in Philadelphia. I felt like I was a big girl. First day I took the train, strutted down Market Street. I started in a company. Yep, started from the bottom. Now we're here. That was a song we used to play at our town
That's
hall.
exactly what I was singing in my head. I'm
Right.
sorry. That's
Yep.
I was dancing to that. Thank you, Dr. Arnold.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep. That's my Regina. So I started there, and I started as a member services director, and through a number of things and God's will, I was promoted to vice president of customer service. And that's really where I learned my chops as a customer service leader. There came a time in that role where they asked me to do something different. I didn't really have a choice. I like to think I had a choice. I didn't really have a choice. So I left what I loved. I left my people. I left my family. I left the team that I had spent years creating. And I went to do something else in the organization that wasn't my passion. It just wasn't. And so, but I now know that I had to do that in order to then leave the organization. Because if I had stayed in customer service, I never would have left. I'd still be at Blue Cross, still doing that same work, loving it, but really not achieving my full potential and having no idea that I wasn't, right? So because I moved from that role, which again, it wasn't necessarily my choice, I moved to another role. And at some point I said, okay, I know this isn't what I want to do. I know I'm not passionate about this work. This is really not me. And I was in a sales function, and I have never, ever enjoyed sales or marketing. I may be good at it, but it isn't what I like to do. So when I found myself struggling in the morning to get up and go to work, I said, okay, something's got to change. So I made the decision to leave Blue Cross. That was a tough decision for me. And it was a tough time. But again, all these things happen. I now know that had to happen so that I could go to Prudential. I went to Prudential, and I got the opportunity to lead a team that had both customer service, but then also had back office. And it's the first time I had ever managed a back office function. And I learned so much about how to manage production and how to manage performance, and how to achieve seemingly competing priorities at the same time. So my boss said, you got to cut costs, and you got to make people happy, and you got to improve the customer experience. And I was like, I can do any one of those things by themselves, but doing all three at the same time. But I did it. 4 years in, I was able to accomplish it. And I was like, okay, so I now know how to do, I now have skills that I didn't have prior to, right? So then the opportunity for Subaru came about, and that was all God, because I'm going through my email and I'm doing the delete thing. I get to an email from a girl who's saying something about a job or something, and an email she sent me. And I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I didn't read an email from her. So I replied to her and I said, hey, send me your original email. I didn't get it. She replied back in minutes and said, I really would just like to talk to you. My husband sitting on the other side of the bed saying, talk is cheap, Renee. Just talk to her. And I was like, yeah, I get these headhunter calls. I'm not interested. I'm good at Peru. I'm good where I am. And so he said, well, I would just talk to her. So I did. I took the call. It was supposed to be 15 minutes, 45 minutes later. We're having a great conversation. She says, I got an opportunity that I think is perfect for you. She sends me this packet of information. I read a job description and I am absolutely everything in the job description. I've never, ever had that happen before. She sends 3 visionary leadership qualities. And if you had asked me my 3 visionary qualities before she sent that, I would have named those same 3. I'm reading feedback from the team, like they need feedback, they need support, they need guidance, direction, strategy. And I'm like, okay, I can do all of that, right? So I start down this road with an organization that I don't know much about, wasn't interested in joining. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I'm sitting across the table from the chief marketing officer, and he's making me the offer of a lifetime. And he is laying on the table things that I would have never thought to even ask for. And when I started in the organization, I joined a team of people that are tremendously committed, very talented, and open and willing to do anything that we can to improve the experience that we deliver for Subaru owners and retailers. And so when I say that I am where God intends me to be, I now understand that. And I now understand how all of the things that happened in my career that I didn't love at the time, that I didn't appreciate at the time, all had to happen in order for me to be where I am today. So that is my story. It is about belief. It is about, one of the things you asked me is my superpower. I've never been asked that question and had never given that any thought prior to you asking that, right? But my superpower, I think, is the confidence that I have in myself. And the confidence that I have comes from having a husband who loves and supports me unconditionally, having 2 sons who love and support me and will do anything to help me and make sure that I'm successful, having a family who has my back no matter what, having a team of people who is committed and dedicated and in it with me every day to win it. Even when we have bad days, we still come together and we do it up. So having a Spelman education, Spelman instilled a confidence in me that I didn't know I didn't have, but walked out understanding my position in the world, and that more was required of me than I understood before I got there. And then having a sorority and a sisterhood that has my back, even if they haven't seen me for a year. I'm always active. I'm always a financial. They haven't seen me for a year, but they still got my back no matter what. So that's where my confidence comes from.
Wow. I mean, there you have it.
I don't have no questions. Thanks for tuning in today.
Right. Renee, oh gosh. I mean, everything you said, and even as we're seeing the team show up for you in the chat, it is true. What was it from? Remember the Titans? Attitude reflects leadership, I think.
Yes.
But
one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite parts of that movie. See? Attitude reflects leadership, Captain. That's exactly what he said. Yep. And
it's so true. And so by you saying your superpower, and T, I know you got some pieces you want to hit on, saying your superpower is self-confidence. I have to lift that up, because especially when I remember starting in leadership, I didn't have that. And I don't know why. I was given the opportunity, but I take that back. I know why. But in given the opportunity, I just kept kind of trying to duck and dodge woes. And the reality is you can't. The best thing you can do is, like you said, embrace them and understand that I'm going through this. God's plan
for a reason.
Perfect. Right. For a reason. Just ride the storm.
Yeah.
Like, just ride the storm. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. T, what were you going to add?
I'm just taken aback because so many things you said, I have had conversations this week with a lot of folks on exactly what you just said. And all I heard was, I think Fantasia remade it, was it's necessary, right? And so when you first started talking about your journey and you talked about your heritage and the legacy to which you carried forward from your elders, and to be able to carry those forward with the work ethic and to go into the different jobs that you had, the different careers, even one that you love so much, and you said you didn't want to move, and but reluctantly you did. And all I heard was that God had to take you from a place of comfort to put you somewhere where he knew you wasn't going to leave by yourself. So he had to move you so that he could shift you to where you were supposed to be and where you are now, within that journey. And I just wanted to pause and say that, because so many of us don't appreciate the journey that it takes to get to where we are in our present. The traumas, the triumphs, the woes, and all of the wonders as well. And so I appreciate you saying that. And it made me reflect on my necessaries to get to where I am now. And hopefully it resonated with some other folks that's listening as well. And so you did that leadership without even knowing you was doing the leadership. And so I just wanted to let you know that you impacted me personally, just within what you just said. And then if we lift up that superpower, nope. First, let me tell you, you're the first one to use that as a superpower. You are the first one to say self-confidence as your Coco power. And so you going in our Guinness Book of somewhere Coco community. But the self-confidence is something that, many of us as women lack as well, because there's so many different areas to which we have to focus. And sometimes if you're not focused completely, you lose sight of what is right there, because you're trying to wear so many different hats and fit into so many different roles and boxes. And so, man, I'm just taken aback, and I appreciate you, but I'm going to tell you some real truth, because folks that know me know I'm all on transparency. I've never looked at a Subaru, but I'm about to go to a dealership tomorrow.
Let me tell you.
I'm about to go, because I didn't know, right? I didn't know. I thought, what's the name? Crocodile Dundee. I remember he had a Subaru in one of the movies.
Right.
And then we got a Coco Mom that just got a new Subaru. She upgraded.
Shamina.
Yeah, to Shamina. And when the first time I got in the Subaru was hers. And I was like, you drive this? Like, I didn't even know people that didn't have 4 kids and the dog drove Subarus. But y'all got some dope cars. Oh, my nephew has a Subaru, the race car.
Yeah.
Quasi has the Subaru twin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so that sports car is real cute. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to walk that lot tomorrow just out of support of the work that you're doing. I want to pay my support just even to an organization that brought you and your team in to do all of these great things. So shout out to Subaru.
Amen.
Listen, I think it's important to lift that up, but we want to be respectful of everybody's time. So I want to just lift up like a couple of questions that came up in the chat that they have for you, Miss Renee, as well. And so this one comes from Olivia Edie, and she says, how do you fuel resilience when you hit some of what you felt were some career challenges? And then I got one more question from the audience.
So I know Olivia. Olivia and I worked together at Prudential. She was my right hand, and Tom was my left hand. And so what I know that Olivia is a woman of faith. So, what I will say is you got to have faith, right? Because again, it isn't until now at this point in my life, I'm 52 years old, that I really see all the connections, right? Where I really see how those things that, again, I didn't want to happen or didn't like that happen, how they all had to happen in order for me to get here. So while you might feel like it's a challenge, it may be putting you where you need to be. So sometimes we just have to be still. Sometimes we have to go by not necessarily what always makes 100% sense to us, but what we think he's leading us to do. And I can't say I was always intentional with doing that. I was fortunate that I just did somehow. But now I know, now I see the path and the journey and the walk that he had me on. So I will say that, but I will also say back to confidence, right? for me, even things that other people may have seen as a setback. So when I got moved from customer service to sales, people saw that as a setback, right? I had a big team in customer service. I went to a small team in sales. And for me, I just said, look, I don't know anything about sales. So I'm gonna have to figure out what these people speak a different language. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on over here. But I know that I can do anything that God asked me to do. So I know that I can do this. And that helped to fuel some of my resilience as well, just having confidence in me.
And Tracy hit it right on the head with that, from purpose to promise.
That's why I had to lift that. From
Tracy, that ooh.
Wow, that.
And can I lift one more thing up that I want to add to what you just said, because I went through a phase similar to that recently. And to add to what you just said, Miss Renee, but also understanding that wilderness is a point for you to, like she said, sit still and to listen. And sometimes that listening involves, as Alexia told me, I had to back away from even my village because it was so much talking. And I was asking for so much advice from them instead of backing back to listen to what God was advising me to do. And once I heard from what he said, that wilderness period ended and the drought ended and the overflow began to come in. And so once you begin to really walk in your purpose with your promise and your passion, then everything else will be supplied for you. And
Amen.
that's how you know that you're doing. My pastor Battle lifted up on Sunday. He said that when you're solving a problem and you use your power to solve that problem that is so strong to you, then you're walking in your passion. So, wow,
It's
this was amazing. Yeah.
It is a testament. One of the things that has been resonating throughout this chat is just the faith over fear, like Monica said, like you said, having faith, having faith. And regardless of even what your position may be, from a religious or faith-based perspective, faith is universal. And you have to be able to trust in the power that you have been given. And so we thank God for giving us you. Quite honestly, we are so grateful for having you here as a leader, for all of us. And so I was thinking about, as we said good night, as we're saying good night, I should say, to so many giants out there, right? We just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Day. One of the things that I'm huge on is making sure that, like, for instance, my Coco kids recognize the giants right in their life, like maybe a degree or so separation away. Because we love Rosa, we love Dr. King and all those who came before. And we have to make sure that they see what's right in front of them, because again, representation is key. So thank you for representing us, not out of perfection, but out of purpose. Amen. So we appreciate that. So the last thing, just wanted to kind of lift up as we get ready to close out. And this is kind of like a two-parter, okay? So the first piece, Renee, is really like, how would you define success in comparison to how society defines success? So I'm gonna let you hit that one first, and then we'll throw the last one at you that you can include kind of as we start to wrap. But how would you define success versus society?
Yeah, I don't know how society defines success. And here's the difference with me. I don't really care. I really
that
don't.
Part.
Yes.
That part.
So at the end of the day, for me, and I when I did that panel for the Southern New Jersey Chamber of Commerce, they asked a question somewhat similar. And when I reflected on it, the one thing that really struck me then, and how I'm going to answer this now, is I've always heard the saying, right? Find a job that you love, find something you love to do, and figure out how to make money doing it. And whenever I've heard that saying my entire life, I've always envisioned that to mean I had to start my own business. I always thought that's what that meant. And I've always known me well enough to know that I'm really not a start your own business kind of person. I think there are entrepreneurial people in this world, and I encourage all of them to pursue their passion and figure out how to make money out of it, right? It wasn't until I started in this role, and about 6 months to a year into the role, that I really figured out that is this for me. This is what I love to do. This is what I am passionate about. And the fact that they're paying me for it, that's a bonus. Now, at the end of the day, now this is what I said in Southern New Jersey. I said, if Tom Dahl, the president and CEO of Subaru, said he wasn't going to pay me anymore, I still do it. But at the end of the day, he got to pay me because I got a kid in college and another one coming in a year and a half. But I truly do love what I do. I am passionate about it, and I'm making money doing it. And I am able to live a life that my mother never dreamed for me, that I doubt my father ever dreamed for me, that my grandparents could dream for me, right? So this is a blessing. So for me, this is success. But how anybody else describes it, hey, I drive a Subaru. So
that part, I'm about to drive one too.
I drive a Subaru, and when you pull up next to me, yes, DMX will be playing. And
that
so
part.
I do me in my Subaru, and it works for me really well. So if success is defined by what kind of car you drive and whatever, that ain't my thing, because I drive a Subaru. But at the end of the day, it is perfect for me, and I am more than blessed to be where I am today.
Ooh,
you know, I gotta lift that one.
Yes,
I gotta lift it.
Is what Renee is telling us. You define.
That's it. You define it, and don't worry about nobody else, because then that's how we get so behind on what we were supposed to be doing, because we worried about everybody else and what they doing. Mind your business and focus on what is success to you. That was that part. Something might walk off.
Like, right. Legacy. We are all about legacy. We love being able to receive legacy and understand what that means. Like you said, this was something that no one dreamed for you, but the plan was already set in motion, and you just have been walking in it. So we thank you so much, because that is leadership, really. Leading by example and showing us that we don't have to be afraid of the things that are going to come our way. We just know that we have to continue through it. So as part of that, I said there was another part to it as we close out. Really and truly, it's kind of all around authenticity of self. And you've hit on it quite a bit. So if you could, though, just share some final words or a piece of advice that you have for those who are tuning in or watching the playback, as just something that they can maybe use to stand on, even in those moments when they may be unsure or doubtful.
I would say professionally, the thing for me really has been having the confidence in who I am and being real with myself, right? Not BSing myself, being honest about what I'm good at and what I'm not, what I like to do and what I don't like to do. And for me, anytime I've made a career change, I've been in 3 different industries. So I've totally changed industries 3 times. And each time I didn't know anything about the organization. I didn't know anything about health insurance when I joined Blue Cross. I didn't know an HMO from a PPO. When I joined Prudential, I had to take my Series 6, 26, and 63 FINRA registration exams, and I had 6 months to pass those, and I didn't know anything about a security from anything else. And so I had to learn it all, right, and work hard at it. When I joined Subaru, I didn't know anything about a car. I didn't know a head unit from a front unit from a back unit. But in each case, I've had the confidence that I know that I can ask questions, that if you are good to people, they will be good to you. And I know that I'll figure it out, right? I know that I will have the support, and I encourage myself, and my family encourages me, right, to do me and be who I am. I tell people all the time, I tried to be somebody else early in my career. Don't really work. I'm not really good at that, right? I'm good at being Renee, and I know what I know, and I know what I do. And so I try to stay true to that, and I try to be true to the things that I know that are important to me. And I'm never going to ask anybody to do something that I am not willing to do myself. And I'm not going to put you in a position that I wouldn't want to be in myself. And as a leader, that has really helped quite a bit, right? There are rules, but the reason that computers don't run companies today is because you need to understand the rules in the context of the human experience. And so as a mother, as a female, as a wife, I bring that difference to the table. And I've been fortunate to work in organizations where they recognize that and they support that. The last thing I will say is you didn't know this when you asked me to do this today, but today is my mother's heavenly birthday. She'd be 72 today. So it was divine to me that this opportunity came about, and that today was the day that you picked to spotlight me. So thank you.
Hey, and happy birthday, Mama. Happy birthday.
Birthday, Coco Mom. Oh,
Yes.
y'all not gonna
It
have
was
me
supposed to be. It was
Right, I
supposed to
waited to the
be.
end because I knew I was going to tear up. So I waited to the end to say that.
Oh, but that was her gift to us.
Yep.
Of giving us this interview with you, because you have touched so many lives, us included, in this brief conversation. So I can't imagine what your team gets full time from you, because I know it's amazing.
Listen,
But I know you got 2 kids in college. I'm out of college and I'm 41. If you needed a new godchild, I'm available.
right. Listen, I mean, this song that
And
we're
I eat
listening
oodles and noodles and all that, so I'm real cheap.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Listen,
you and
Yeah,
my son. You and my son would get along.
there we go.
easy enough. Shout out to Coco Kid Camille. She's been dropping some questions in there that we will get to, and I just want to lift this up because of what she mentioned. About She had questions about navigating bullying and hatred, and what we say to that is no. So if you are a child or an adult and you are being bullied, that is not the space that you want to exist in. So for our kids, our Coco kids who may be tuning in, listen to what Miss Renee just said. You have to be true to yourself. You have to make sure that you align with your purpose in God. And bullies are just there as a roadblock to try to stop you. And so you got to be able to push through that and get to someone who can help you and make sure you navigate that as you're going.
And you also want to make sure you tell your parents.
Yep.
And so the other piece of this, I like to lift up, because you know I do youth work. Every parent is not going to be receptive. And so if you know your parent is not going to listen to you and is not going to do something that helpful to you, you find that aunt, you find that uncle, you find that neighbor, you find that teacher, you find somebody that you trust is going to be able to listen to you and be able to help you get the support that you need. Because we don't ignore bullies, because if we ignore bullies, they continue to bully, and then it messes with your self-esteem. And so we want to make sure that you are taken care of. So go to somebody that you trust. If not, let us know and we'll find somebody for you.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renee. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so grateful for this Coco Queen here, y'all. Guess
Yes,
what?
yes, yes.
This is the reason why we celebrate each other. International Coco Mom Day is another experience that is brought to you by Coco Life Black. If you want to find out more about it, please do that. There are some amazing things. Before we go out, we are going to play our commercial for you, just so that you can see a lot of the work that we are doing. And why we do it is because of women like Renee, because
Yeah.
babies we celebrate it every day. We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. We are going to play this commercial. And remember to follow Renee on all her platforms, but specifically LinkedIn. She drops some great stuff on LinkedIn. So make sure you go there and keep in touch with her. Make sure you support all the things that she is doing. CocoLife.black everywhere on Instagram, Coco Mom Life on Facebook, and the website is actually www.cocolife.black. Happy heavenly birthday to our beautiful Coco Mom today. Thank you so much for carrying this gift and understanding your assignment too.
And check out Subaru. Check out a
Right.
Subaru.
Come on, get you a
If
Subaru.
y'all didn't know,
They
she
like the
said it.
safest car too. They're always like on the top list for like safety.
Yeah. And
Love
who knew?
All
Who
of it.
knew? You might be safe in there without a seatbelt. Who knows? Because let me not say that. Let me not say
I'm
that.
about to say,
No,
Let
wear
me
your
not say that.
seatbelt. Wear
Wear
your
your
seatbelt.
seatbelt.
Wear
Wear
your
your
seatbelt.
seatbelt. Let me
But
not say that.
for sure, one of the safest and most secure cars that you can be in. So if that's important to you, go check out a Subaru.
That's right.
Oh, it's important, and we're going to check it so we can keep them Coco babies safe. So get on
Amen.
over there to Subaru and do what y'all got to do, and tell them Renee sent you, and then let me know
Amen.
what kind of sales
Yep.
they got, so I can come too.
Right.
Listen,
Coco Queen. All right,
hey
y'all. Tune in.
Alexia, before
Yeah.
we do this commercial, I just wanted to let them know that I'm in a commercial. I had hair for the people that tuned in late. I just cut my hair yesterday, and so I don't have a twin. That's really me. But go ahead.
Yes. So check out this commercial of our Coco Life Black from Coco Life Black.
Welcome to Coco Life Black, where we excitedly cultivate gifts, services and spaces for Black and brown moms globally.
CocoLife.Black is an online retail and resource site to support 3 maternal stages of pregnancy, postpartum, and compassion for the loss of a child.
Here at CocoLife.Black, we promote a Coco community for our fathers, children, aunties, uncles, grandparents, pastors, and more. We honor the nurturing space you hold as you are the mother's village.
CocoLife.Black was started out of the need to increase access to Black-owned maternity sites. Our mission is to help reduce race-related disparities in maternal health while offering grief support for moms who have experienced the loss of a baby or a loved one.
Along your journey, let us support you by giving access to doulas, mental health professionals, and education around wellness, birth, and more. We show our commitment to mothers and women by providing gifts, guidance, and compassion throughout each maternal stage. Join us as we support moms, bump and beyond.
Woo woo! Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate y'all so much, and we will see y'all next time. God